I tend to have hyperfixations when it comes to fragrance, and oftentimes I will wear the same fragrance for even days on end. I might layer it with other perfumes, but all in all, I feel like I've gotten to a point, and I feel like this is common for a lot of people who collect fragrances. I've gotten to a point where I've kind of neglected a lot of my very favorite fragrances that I've loved for a long time. And I want to take it upon myself to reintroduce these fragrances into the rotation, to really make an effort to wear these perfumes, because these are some excellent options that I'm lucky to have in my collection, that I'm happy to have purchased, and they just are not getting worn. So in this video, I'll be sharing with you all these fragrances, and we can also have a little bit of a chit chat, keep it casual, keep it cute. But yes, I have here a bunch of fragrances. Figured I'd talk about them here in this video. So let's shop our stash together. But if this is your first time on this channel, hello, my name is Anya. I love fragrances. I talk about them here 5 times a week. I also publish additional content on TikTok and Instagram under the username ANECHKAFRAGRANCES. And if you're interested in fragrance history, I actually have a podcast on this very topic. It's called The Fragrance Report. You can find that podcast on Spotify and on YouTube every single Wednesday. In addition to that, if you're interested in actually keeping track of all your fragrances, which is something that I am really trying to do, because I have a lot of fragrances, whether they be full bottles, decants, and samples, I have a lot. It's hard to keep track. You can do that by using my spreadsheet, which is actually called the Fragrance Collection Log and Expense Tracker. It's available in my Stan store for you to download. It's a very handy spreadsheet, super helpful. I'm working on populating my entire collection into that spreadsheet so I can actually search the fragrances I want to wear. I can search it by notes, I can search it by what it smells like. So yeah, definitely check it out if you haven't already. But with that being said, let's get into it. This first perfume is a few years old. This is a fragrance that I was obsessed with when I first got it. I loved it so much, and I still do recommend it. But unfortunately, I cannot remember the last time I wore it, and it's really a fragrance that deserves more attention. This is Byrons Moola. It basically translates to money, money. And this particular fragrance is a beautiful fruity caramel and oud perfume. So we basically have notes of caramel, peach, strawberry, and raspberry at the top, a mid of ginger, pink pepper, and labdanum, and then a base of vanilla, musk, agarwood, and patchouli. So this perfume has a lot of depth to it. It's a very rich fragrance. It smells delicious. I feel like the reason I don't wear it that much anymore is not only is it kind of out of season, but I feel like there was like that time where I was super interested in like the fruity fragrances, and I think part of the reason why I'm not wearing this one as much anymore is because I'm kind of craving like the lighter, brighter, more effervescent scents. And not to say that this isn't beautiful, it absolutely is, but I think that's why I haven't worn it in a while. I do think it's lovely. If you're looking for something with those notes, I would also recommend you get the smaller size. The smaller size is about $65. Full size, this is about, let me see how much it is. Full size, this is $210. But regardless, if you're looking for a beautiful, decadent caramel fragrance that doesn't necessarily scream gourmand caramel, this is really good to try. Full price, this is at around just over $200, but you can also get a small travel spray for $65. This is a really potent fragrance, so a little bit will go a long way. I really love this. I want to wear it more. Maybe I'll wear it out, maybe layered with some more fragrances. I'll try it out and I'll get back to you, but that is one I really want to get more use out of. So this next perfume I haven't worn in a really long time, and I got this out of the collection because one of my friends came over, and I think I basically said, like, you can choose whatever fragrance you want and let's just get you a decant, because I have like these like empty plastic decants in my apartment. So like whether I'm getting gifts for someone or just I'm traveling, I will often decant perfumes, and I think this particular friend, I hadn't seen her in a while, so I decided to get her a decant, and I think this is the fragrance that she chose. This is definitely a fragrance that she very much loved, and this is a perfume that stood out to her. So oftentimes when I go through my collection, I think I've overlooked this fragrance, and I do not want to continue doing that because she loved it. I smelled it. I was reminded how much I love it. It's called Musky Rose by Theodoros Kalatinas. This particular fragrance is an extrait de parfum, so this is going to be a higher concentration of perfume oil. It's a really intense fragrance. A little bit goes a long way. It's quite potent. So this fragrance has notes of rose, musk, olive tree, benzoin, and tuberose. Like I said, It's a really intense fragrance. It's almost like the olive tree gives it like a kind of neutrality that prevents the tuberose and the rose from being too overpowering. It's a really beautiful fragrance with a gorgeous musk at the base. It's amazing. So yeah, this is kind of like a fragrance that doesn't get talked about as much, but I honestly do want to get more wear out of it. It's stunningly beautiful. It's beautiful. And on the skin, you really start getting those kind of like green facets from the olive. It's really, really interesting. Would definitely recommend at least getting a sample of this if you haven't already tried it. Musky Rose by Byrons Moola. Okay, so this next perfume is actually one that I really, really love, specifically because it's one of the only peach fragrances that I will reach for over and over again, except for the fact that I haven't worn it in a while, but I have been making an effort to get more use out of it. And this is, of course, Naki by Pernoire. This is essentially kind of like a fruity, airy fragrance with aquatic notes, but with like fruity notes such as peach, which you don't typically see in like bright, airy fragrances, like marine fragrances. This also has like a salty note to it. It's really interesting. It's so beautiful. It's very refreshing. This is one of those fragrances that another friend came over. I was going through my collection with her because she was getting a gift for her partner, and I wanted to also kind of introduce her to some fragrances that she would also like as well. And we tried Naki, and she loved it. So let's see the notes. So we have passion fruit, almond blossom, peach, aldehydes at the top, a mid of white flowers, fig leaf, and sandalwood, and then a base of osmanthus, cinos, white musk, and vanilla. So yeah, it's a really interesting take on a peach. You guys know that I'm not usually a fan of like the boozy peach. That's not usually my vibe. But this I can get behind. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It holds up. I would say this is a pretty timeless scent profile too. It's gorgeous. I don't really hear many people talk about it, but I will be making an effort to wear this more often. So this next one, I wore a lot at the beginning of the year. This is Latte Mandorla by Parfums de Ferenzi. This is kind of smelling like a cold glass of almond milk. It's really interesting. It has some light spiciness in there as well. There's rose. It's a beautiful fragrance. It smells like an expensive lotion, to put it very simply. I love this perfume. However, this is kind of cheating because I'm using two fragrances from the same brand, but Buon Talenti from the same brand, Parfums de Ferenzi, is a fragrance that I kind of need to prioritize to wear for the summer because this is a perfume that only really does super well in the summertime, because that's when this fragrance, Siage, is just amazing. It just blooms, it travels, it does it does amazing things. So essentially this perfume smells like a photorealistic Florentine gelato dessert with the fruits, with the, with the banana, with the berries. It smells stunning. It smells beautiful. She is the moment. And it's also really affordable. I think this is like $120. Super affordable, very fairly priced. Yeah, this is amazing. This next one is one that I actually decided to pick up again because of Demi Rawling. This is Coco Mademoiselle by Chanel. It's a gorgeous, beautiful designer fragrance with patchouli and white flowers and a bit of musk, I believe. It's stunning. It's elegant. It's airy. It's beautiful. This is a kind of fragrance that will work for any occasion. It's feminine. It's gorgeous. It's lovely. And I have not worn it in, I would say, years, because it's easy, I think, to forget about the classic designer fragrances when you're kind of being bombarded with so many new releases all the time. This is a solid fragrance that's never going away, in my opinion. I think it'll always have a special place in a lot of people's hearts, including mine, and that's why I really want to get back into wearing this more. I feel like I could wear this with everything, and it does last all day. It lasts like an insane period of time. It's really impressive. So Coco Mademoiselle by Chanel. So this next one is one that I literally should be wearing, especially this time of year, which is why I wanted to put it in this video to hold myself accountable. This is Lark's Calda. This is a fragrance that I have talked about, but I honestly should be wearing it more. This fragrance is really interesting because it has like this beautiful cassis note, but it also has some strawberry, has some fizzy champagne. I believe there is cotton candy in here as well. So basically we have cassis, strawberry, champagne, lychee. The lychee is quite apparent. And then a mid of Lily of the Valley and jasmine, and then a base of musk, cotton candy, amber, vanilla. I bought this fragrance, and I think I bought this over the holidays, and I was genuinely excited when I bought this, but I, since then, have not worn this fragrance nearly enough. This fragrance needs to get more airtime. I mean, not just airtime on my channel, but like airtime in my personal life. Like, I really should be wearing this fragrance more often because it smells phenomenal. It smells like, I don't know, it smells like an interesting version of lychee. Because you know how so many times like the lychee fragrances will kind of smell similar to Delina. This is a new reimagined way of doing lychee, but that's like more bright, more zesty, dare I say younger, even though I don't necessarily think that that is an apt descriptor, because this is just a different like take on the lychee note with the strawberry, with the cotton candy. It's a different fragrance, but it still has lychee, tra-la-la. This is beautiful. It's beautiful. I love it. Do I have a dent in this? I have a big baby dent. I'm up to here. Not too bad, but still needs a little bit more work. So Lark's Calda, amazing. So this next one is giving old money. It's giving a fragrance that I definitely want to wear for the summertime specifically, because there's really not much not to like about this fragrance, but because it's so like comforting, because it seems like a fragrance that could be so easy, I feel like I've been overlooking this, and I should not be doing that, because this could be the fragrance for me to wear. So this perfume has almond, Brazilian rosewood, rose and geranium at the top, a mid of plum, Virginia, and celery, and then a base of heliotrope, tonka bean, and musk. This perfume is kind of like the soft, cushiony musk that I don't necessarily know if I smell the celery overtly, but there's something vegetal about this fragrance, but it still has like this pillowy, non-gourmand musk associated with it. It's like giving old money, classic, beautiful. I love it. It's so beautiful. Yeah, Taught This by Carner Barcelona. I love the sillage on this. I love this perfume so much. This is a pleasure to wear, and I should be wearing this more often. Speaking of fragrances that are a pleasure to wear, I have this next one, Basilica by Aroma Concepts. This is a classic in my collection. If you are here, if you have been here for a while, you know how I have been loving this fragrance for quite some time. I think ever since I first started my channel, that's when I actually bought this fragrance. This is a beautiful kind of herbal fragrance with a milk note that translates to kind of like a bread-like note, and it also has a bit of incense. It's gorgeous, it's stunning, it's cushiony, soft. There is a savory gourmand aspect to this. This is a savory gourmand perfume. It's gorgeous, it's comforting. I do not wear this often enough. In fact, I can't remember the last time I wore it, but this is going into like the comforting fragrance category. I just love it so much. And plus the bottle design is absolutely stunning as well. So this next one is a fragrance that I have worn, but I just want to wear it a little bit more often. And this is Ariel Shoshana's Tuesday. This is a beautiful guava minty fragrance. This was amazing to wear during the wintertime because it actually has like this black tea note, which translated beautifully on the skin, especially in the colder weather. Now that it's more warm outside, I'm looking forward to wearing this fragrance some more, because now the kind of like the fruity, the guava note is coming out a little bit more overtly. I'm also getting a bit of the coconut water as well. This is such a stunning fragrance. This is one of those spa-like perfumes. So if you haven't already tried Ariel Shoshana's Tuesday and you're looking for something that could be spa-like, relaxing, soothing, that has mint, it has basil, but it's not like overt with the mint, get this, or at least try it out, get a sample of this. It's really quite intriguing, and it's one of those fragrances that I do want to experience in the summertime as well. So this is Tuesday by Ariel Shoshana. And then I also have this little one here, and I'm kind of toying with the idea of getting a larger size bottle of this, because this is M. Michelef's Soleil Passion. And Soleil Passion actually was in a advent calendar that I got from M. Michelef many years ago, or at this point, probably 3 years ago. But Soleil Passion has been one of my go-to summer fragrances, so naturally there is no way I am missing wearing this fragrance this summertime. Look at the dent that I was making in this. This is from last summer, by the way. I adored this fragrance at that point, and I still do. I would say this is just one of those fragrances that does exceedingly well in high temperatures, and it's just one of those perfumes that you don't think it'll smell like amazing on paper. Not that it smells bad, but it doesn't smell like groundbreaking, but on the skin, once it radiates, once it permeates, okay, that sounds a little bit negative connotation, but once it really has a chance to bloom on the skin, that's when you get like that beautiful, delicious, refreshing factor that this fragrance provides. So this is a fragrance with top notes of pomegranate, wild strawberry, and mandarin orange, a mid of water lily, lily valley, and rose, and then a base of musk, ambergris, and sandalwood. So when it says wild strawberry, to be honest, I kind of like get like a stemmy greenness. I don't necessarily get the fruity aspect of the strawberry. That is my personal opinion, but this perfume is just so light and bright and refreshing. There's something about a combination of the citruses with the greenness and then the florals that just make this a stunning summer perfume. This is a summer perfume for those of you who don't want to instantly go for like the tropical fragrances, and that's why for this summer I want to wear this. I want to experience it. I want to work with it a little bit more because I genuinely do love this fragrance, and I don't want to miss the opportunity to wear it. And I also want to justify getting myself the full-size bottle. So anyway, because like this is like the 30 milliliter, and I believe, yeah, they also do have a larger, I think 100 milliliter available as well in like the standard M. Micallef packaging. So that's something I want to get. So, but anyway, those are the fragrances that I really want to hold myself accountable and wear more. These are perfumes that are also seasonal. Some of them maybe not, but like these are some fragrances that I genuinely want to wear and want to experience more in my collection. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it interesting. Let me know, are there any fragrances in your collection that you want to wear more of, that you feel like you've been neglecting? I'll be curious to hear your thoughts. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.